Hi, this is Lynn Baker. Thanks for coming by to look at this video that is a technical discussion of my composition called Spinning. To get more out of this discussion, it's going to be helpful for you to have the lead sheet in front of you. So if you haven't already, please visit my website, www.lynnbakerjazz.com, go to the lead sheets page, and download a copy of Spinning. I'll be here when you get back. This is a discussion about the composition Spinning. Spinning refers to the Baroque concept of the entire composition spinning out from the opening motive, or from a motive, in this case the opening motive. And that's played by the tenor saxophone in this strangely metered phrase that's a combination of beats of 5, 4, 3, 4, 5, and 2. The next thing that happens after the tenor plays that is in this, and by the way, the tenor part is drawn from a symmetrical diminished scale and modulated to some slightly different key areas. So that's where that material comes from. The next thing that happens is the piano reacts to that by playing different material, interlocking and interweaving with the tenor line. Piano material is largely intervallic, fourths and fifths, and is in response to what the tenor is playing. The next thing that happens after that is that the bass comes in, and the bass comes in with a 6-beat rhythm, a 6/4 rhythm. This actually foreshadows what goes on at the end of the piece. And then after one time through that, another layer is added, and it's the drums, and the drums are playing a half-time rock groove, which is basically just there to confuse you and make you wonder what in the world is going on at this point. Then that breaks down into a 12/8 shuffle. And throughout each one of these rhythmic modulations that occur in this piece, the 8th note remains constant, or at least we tried to make it constant. The tenor shuffle solo has a harmony based on the material that the piano played in this opening section here. At the end of that, we modulate again by implying that the quarter note is a new quarter note, and it actually is, but the 8th note still remains the same. So the 8th note's the same here, but the tempo seems to speed up, and we go into a jazz 4/4 for the piano solo. Piano solo is related to, harmonically, to the material that the tenor played at the beginning. At the end of the piano solo, there are a reference to E and B flat. And then that reference continues to get expanded on a little bit by playing a Coltrane matrix of up a minor third dominant to a tonic, up a minor third dominant to tonic, up a minor third, and you get back home. The last one being F, seems like it's going to go back to B flat. But in this case, it slides down a half step and goes back to the E minor. So that sequence creates a little bit more harmonic instability, and that dotted 8th note rhythm, the hemiola of that, becomes the pulse of the güiro section at the end. Now, please note that the 8th note is still the same. The pulsing has just changed. So at the end, the bass solo, the percussion solo, and then the bass solo occur in this 6/8 Afro-Cuban groove that is a combination of both E, which occurred at the end here, and B flat, which occurred at the end. So it's like an E Lydian dominant sort of a sound that the bass solos over at the end, and that is where the piece reaches its conclusion.